2017 का वीडियो जो बना था रोड साइंस इंट्रोड्यूस किए गए थे।
Okay. So students, good morning. And should we start? Hello? Hello? Are you able to listen to me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So should we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So in the last class, I have already told you about the case when there is a local failure. Okay, local failure means when the soil is not so dense. Okay, when the relative density of the sand is less than 50% of something like relatively loose or not very dense. In those cases, all these Terjagi given failure lines will not be developed. Okay, so in those cases, we are changing the C value, which is considering to the C dash, which is 2 by 3C, and 5 will be 5 dash, 10 5 dash, and that 5 dash can be obtained by 10 5 dash equal to 2 by 3 10 5. So 5 dash will be 10 inverse of 2 by 3 10 5. Okay, this is how you will get the value of C dash and 5 dash. Now once you get the value of C dash and 5 dash, you have to use that same formula what you have used for this NC, NQ and gamma value. Please mute from your side. Please, whoever is doing, please mute from your side. Okay.
On.
Okay, please keep silent. Huh? Hey, who is playing? Okay. So this is what I was talking about. So this same thing will be used here. Okay. So this QLT dash equal to 2 by 3 CNC gamma DF. Okay. Actually, it is becoming difficult. Something is coming out. Okay. Gamma DF CNC gamma DF NQ dash and 0.5 gamma B and gamma dash. Okay, so and gamma dash, NCU dash, NQ dash you can obtain using this by a value of C dash and 5 dash. Okay. So using those values, if you see, I've given the graph of this NC value, NQ value, N gamma value, NCDS, NC dash value, NQ dash value, and N gamma dash value. Okay. So this is how these bearing capacity factors will vary with the values of phi value. Okay. This is the phi value. Now, what will be the case when this the footing is okay? What will be the case? What will be the case when the footing is square or circular? Okay, because the analysis has been done using strip footing only. Okay, so if the soil supports a continuous footing due to the imposed loads on the footing, all the soil particles moves parallel to the plane, which is perpendicular to the center of the line. Therefore, the problem of computing the bearing capacity of such a footing is a plane strain deformation problem. That means here in strip footing, it is basically a two-dimensional problem, because in the third direction, okay, there is no movement is happening. Okay. Okay. On the other hand, if the support of the soil support of square and circular foundation footing yields, the soil particle moves in radial and not in parallel direction. So in these cases, you have to take care of the things. So for that, some factors has been multiplied. Okay. So which is SC, SQ, and S gamma. Okay. So for long footing, this SC, SQ, S gamma is 1. That is means when it is straight footing, it is SC, SQ, S gamma is 1. Okay. For square footing, SC equal to 1.3, SQ equal to 1, and S gamma equal to 0.8. Okay. Now, so what will happen? When it is square footing, it will be SC, which is 1.3, CNC, and 0, and this will be SQ will be 1. So gamma DF will be something NQ, gamma DF, gamma D, and 0. Gamma B and gamma S gamma. S gamma is 0.8. Okay. So when it is square footing, it is 0.8. This is 1.3. This will remain same. For circular footing, this will be 1.3. This will be 0.6. Okay. So this is basically what is done here. And for rectangular footing, this will be okay. Okay. So here, if you see, this is the value which is happening. So for yeah. So here it is 0. So this is 0, 1, 1 SC equal to 1 in case of rectangular footing, 1 plus 0.3 B by L, and SQ equal to 1, and S gamma equal to 1 minus 0.2 B by L. Okay. So these are the things we have to keep in mind. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Next is that is Campton theory for the cohesive soil. Okay. So, Scampton proposed equation bearing capacity of footings founded in purely cohesive soil based on extensive investigation. He found that the NC value is a function of depth of foundation, also its shape of the foundation. Okay. Each equations can be summarized because in case of the Terzaghi theory, NC is not dependent on the shape of the foundation. So that is what he has considered in this case. Okay. So, and that is based on the purely whatever the experiment he has conducted on purely cohesive soil. Okay. So in this case, you call Q net alt will be CNC. NC is for stroke footing, it is 1 plus 5 into 1 plus 0.2 df by b. df is the depth of the foundation, b is the width. Okay. And with the limiting value of NC 7. If this value is 7.5, then that is enough, because beyond that you cannot go the value. So if it is limiting value NC, and for df value, df by b value is greater than 2.5. Okay. So if it is beyond any value, df by b is beyond this value, then it will be 7.5 here, 7.5. Okay. It will not keep on changing. When it is square or circular footing, this NC value is 6 into 1 plus 0.2 df by b, and with a limiting value of NC value 9. So here also 9, the NC value cannot go beyond 9. Okay. So for straight footing, NC value is maximum, you can go up to 7.5. For it is square and circular footing, it is can go up to 9. Okay. And in all these cases, df by b value is greater than 2.5. Okay. Here already I told you b is the side of the square or diameter of the circular footing. Okay. So next is okay. Here for the that is for a rectangular footing, the equations will be df by b equal to less than 0 to 2.5. Then in that case, NC will be 5 into 1 plus 0.2 b by 2 b 0.2 b by L and 1 plus 0.2 df by b. Okay. Similarly, when it is greater than df by b is greater than 2.5, NC will be 7.5 in 1 plus 0.2 b by L. Okay, where b is the width of the rectangular footing and A is the length of the rectangular footing. Okay, so there is some notes you should keep in mind. Something to be noted is the for a surface footing of square or circular shape on purely cohesive soil, Q net ultimate will be 6C according to Scampton theory, compared to 7.4 C from Terzaghi theory. So this Terzaghi value is giving a higher value compared to the Scampton value. Okay. And it must be noted that Terzaghi theory is limited to shallow foundation when df by b is less than or equal to 1. But Scampton equation do not form such a limitation, because as you have seen, Scampton has given the equations both for when it is df by b is less than 2.5 and df by b is more than 2.5. So he has given the entire range, whatever the value it may be, you can always use his formula. Okay. But while compared to that, Terzaghi theory limited to df by b equal to less than or equal to 1. Okay. So this is the difference. And if you see here, I have shown you the diagram. For circular footing, this is the NC value, when df by b will increasing, this is the circular square footing, and this is the strip footing. Okay. So the NC value is changing like this. Now, general bearing capacity theory. Okay, I will give a small background to this. General bearing capacity means, if you see all the footings had two to three factors which will be there. One is the which will be taken care of. One is the shape of the footing, because that is a very significant part. Depth of the footing and inclination of the load. Okay, at what inclination it is applied. So when that is all these factors are considered, okay, then it is called general bearing capacity theory. Okay. So generally there are three forms of, this was started by Meyerhoff actually. He has actually given this theory of general bearing in which all the effects are considered in single equation only. Okay. And the same thing was done by Hansen. He has done some changes, and then Basic, he has also done some changes. I will tell you what are the changes they consider. Okay. The only thing is that all these three investigators use the equation proposed by Penton, which I had given you, computing the value of NC and NQ, wherein the foundation basin assumed as smooth with angle alpha equal to 45 plus pi by 2. However, equation used by the computing the value of and gamma are used. So if all these cases, Meyerhoff, Hansen, and Basic, NQ and NC value are remain same. Okay, all three cases, but only difference is this and gamma value. Okay, so so in case of n gamma, for Meyerhoff it is NQ minus 1, 10, 1.45. For Hansen it is 1.5 NQ minus 1 and 10.5. And for Basic it is 2 into NQ plus 1. And if you see here, they are assumed the smooth surface. But in case of Tejagi, he has not assumed this to be smooth. He assumed it to be raw. Okay. Now, I will go into detail of this. Okay. Next is, I want to show you a difference between these theories. Okay. If you see Terjagi and Hansen theory, okay, this Hansen theory, okay. So they are assuming that the failure surface is not going beyond the bottommost surface of the foundation from here, because this failure surface is going up to this only. Okay. So whatever the analysis we have done already, I have shown you in case of this Pentel and the Basic, how these things are used, how these three divisions and zones are used. Okay. Compared to that, in case of the Meyerhoff theory, okay, this failure zone is extending up to the surface, going beyond the bottommost surface of the foundation. It is going up to the surface of the soil. Okay. So this is the positive point of a Meyerhoff, because in actual failure, this happens like this only. The failure lines will go up to the surface. Okay. So at least for the granular soil, densely packed granular soil. Okay. So this is the basic difference between these two. Okay. Because I find this diagram too very interesting, because it is showing both this theory in one diagram. Okay. So that's all. You need not go too much detail to this. This is what I wanted to understand, that Terjagi means up to this bottom surface of the foundation. It is up to that level the failure line is going. Compared to that, in case of Meyerhoff, it is going up to the surface. Okay. Now, the general bearing capacity of the Meyerhoff. Okay. So if you see, the form of equation used by Meyerhoff is determine the ultimate bearing capacity of symmetrically loaded strip footing is same as that of Terjagi, but his approaches to solve the problem is different. He has taken the same problem what Terjagi has done. Okay, but approach is different. He assumed that the logarithmic failure surface extends at the ground surface, and as such took into account the resistance offered by the soil and surface of the footing above the base level of the foundation. So it is not just staying up to this, it is going beyond that, and it is going up to the surface. Okay, this is the surface. Okay. So, and here we have shown the three different zones, this one, and this one. So compare, if you see, this Rankine passive zone is much bigger in case of Meyerhoff than the Terjagi case, because it is earlier it was going up to this, now it is become this. Okay. So the resistance given by this Rankine passive zone is much higher than the earlier case of Terjagi case. Okay. And in this case, the failure is inclined at an angle of 45 with the horizontal by FG. Okay. So this is the actual. This is the once this is the logarithmic curve. Once it reaches here, up to that, from beyond this, it is a directly one line is extended, and this is the Rankine passive. Okay. Okay, in this case, you need not go to develop this theory. Don't want to do that. You just remember the bearing capacity factors. Okay. Now, This is the general form of equation for general bearing capacity, which is given by Mayorov. If you see all these theory we have given here, that means this Mayorov, Hansen, and Basic, they use same formula. The only thing that this NC, NQ, and gamma value will change. NC and NQ will same, and gamma value will change, and then SC, DC, and IC value will change. Okay. So what is this SC, DC, IC, and what is this SQ, DQ, IQ, and S gamma, D gamma, I gamma? Okay. So here C is the unit cohesion. Q0 dash is the unit effective overburden pressure at the base level of the foundation. So it is whatever the overburden pressure is there, Q0, that is gamma into dF. Gamma bar is the effective unit weight above the base level of the foundation, and gamma is the effective unit of soil below the base of the foundation. I hope you understand the base, the effective unit weight of the soil above the base level of the foundation is given as gamma bar. Okay, and effective unit of the soil below the foundation level is given gamma. Okay, and here it is gamma bar dF is used. Okay, so I wanted to say, you see that this and gamma value, when you use gamma B and gamma, actually this gamma is the gamma below the foundation. Please understand that part. Compared to this Q0 dash gamma, the Q0 dash, you see gamma bar dF. So this gamma is the unit weight of the soil above the foundation. So please, when you use this equation, don't get confused. Okay, because in some of the books this Q0 value is given gamma dF, but actually this gamma means that the unit weight of the soil above the bottom level, bottom surface of the foundation above, and this gamma is below this bottom surface of the foundation. Okay. That difference should be always there in your mind. So foundation base. Okay. Now dF is the depth of foundations. Okay. SC, SQ, as gamma is the shape factor. Okay. For all these three part, cohesion, overburden, and the soil properties, there is a different shape factor. So SC, SQ, S gamma represent to those shape factors. Okay. Similarly, DC, DQ, D gamma represent the depth factor. Okay. Here also in all these three cases, depth factor is there. And third is IC, IQ, I gamma. So inclination for load, in what angle the load is applied. Okay. So that is what it is considered here. Okay. And B is the width of the foundation, and NC, NQ, and gamma is the bearing capacity factors. Now, I want to say you in these cases that some of times I'm using small b as the width of the foundation, some of time I'm using capital B as the width of the foundation. I want you to say is that because I'm referring from different books, it is happening like that, but they are same only. So please don't get confused in this. Okay, they are same only. B is width of the foot. In some books they are using small b, some books they are using capital B. Okay. Now, if you see here, Mayorov is SC equal to 0.2 N5 B by L and 1 plus NQ by NC B by L. Okay, SC value. That is the shape and depth factors of basic are same as those of Hansen. So if you see all these factors C and S and B, shape and depth, they are same between Hansen and basic. Okay, so there will be no much difference. They are same only. Okay. SQ is 1 plus 0.1 N5 by B by L, or phi is greater than 10 degree. And S gamma equal to SQ for phi is greater than 10 degree. Okay. And SQ, S gamma and SQ equal to 1 for phi equal to 0. Okay. And DC equal to 1 plus 0.2 root N5 by DF by B. And DQ equal to 1 plus 0.1 N5 by DF by B for phi is greater than 10 degree. And D gamma equal to DQ for phi equal to greater than 10 degree. And D gamma equal to DQ for 1 for phi equal to 0 degree. Okay. Similarly, for the NC and Hansen value, it is NQ by NC B by L. It is 1 plus B by L 10 phi and QSQ. S gamma is 1 minus 0.4 B by L. Okay. DC is 1 plus 0.4 DF by B. And DQ 2 phi 1 minus sin phi whole square df by b, and if this value is 1 for all 5. Okay, so these s and d factors are same. Okay, next is what is the inclination factors. So if you see in this case, this first before that these factors will be used here, which is q is the horizontal component, the inclined load, that you must know. Qu is the vertical component of the inclined load. Okay, if any inclined load is applied like this, then you can have one vertical component, one horizontal component. So this Q is horizontal, Q is vertical. And C is the unit adhesion on the base of the footing. Okay, here the adhesion or the adhesion between the soil and the footing is Ca. Okay, C is pure cohesion between the soil, while C is the adhesion between the footing and the soil. Okay, then M equal to MB equal to 2 into B by L plus 1 plus B by L with QH parallel to B, and M equal to 2 plus B by L plus 1 plus B by L with QH parallel to L. So either way you consider whether this QH value, how you are considering, whether you are considering the QH to parallel to B or whether considering QH to parallel to L. Okay, that is what how you are considering these values. Okay. Now once you know this, this is 1 minus alpha by 90 square, also square by 90 for any phi, and IQ equal to 1 minus IQ by NQ minus 1 for phi greater than 0, and 0.5 into minus QF by AF into CA, QS square by AF into CA for phi equal to 0. Okay, IQ equal to IC for any phi, and 1 minus 0.5 QH by Q plus AF CA plus cut phi all to the 5, and 1 minus I gamma is alpha square by phi plus or phi is greater than 0. Okay, and why this this is given, because we are trying to show you the values. This degree is 0 0 is given because we are trying to show these values in degree only. Okay, because most of the time when this values are, these angles are used, they are mostly assumed to be in radians, pi radians. Okay, but in these cases it is using as a degree, because that is why this 0 0 is written. So don't get confused. Okay? And here rest of the things are there. Actually these to the power thing is done. That I will get another good slide and show it to you. The book I was referring in that it was giving like this. So don't get confused. This is power to this one. So this is how this IC, IQ and I gamma value will be available. So here M value which is used, you can see. So this is how in the general bearing capacity came into use. Okay, so Mayer of Hansen and Hesse, which you are using. Okay, they have their own advantages. Okay, now effect of water table. Actually, before in the next class, I will tell you on the basis of this, there is Indian standard bearing capacity theory. So Indian standard bearing capacity is mostly related to this Hansen and basic. Okay, so that is the only thing. Otherwise, they are exactly similar. Okay, that I will show you. That diagram I will show you. That slide I will show you in the next class. Okay. Now, effect of water table on the bearing capacity. Okay. So, the theoretical development of it is coming like this. A best assumption the table lies at a depth below the base of the footing equal to or greater than the width B of the foundation. Otherwise, the depth of the water from ground is equal to or greater than df plus B. Okay. Okay, now it is only 10 minutes is there. So within 5 minutes, I will finish it. Then I will take any questions from you in another 5 minutes. Okay. Anyway, what it is saying is that whenever you consider water table, we try to see the effect of water. If it is, if the water is there within at a depth B from the bottom of the base of the foundations. If it in that range, water is there, then only we consider this to be effect of water. Otherwise, you don't consider the effect. Okay. So Uh, in this also, so what are the how the equations are developed in these cases? Because one case water table is if above the base of the foundation, what will be the effect, and what will be the case when it is below the base of the foundation. Okay, so there will be three cases which will be considered. First is when the water table lies above the base of the foundations. Okay, so and when the water table lies within depth below the depth B below the base of the foundations. Okay. So if it is within a depth B below the base of the foundation, what will be the effect? And third case, when the water table lies below the depth depth B below the base of the foundation. So it is saying that when the water table at a depth B or more than that, what will be the case? But this will have no effect on bearing capacity. So AGT, so the bearing capacity equation will be remain same when this is the case, when the water table is at a depth more than B below the base of the foundations. Okay. So when you will see the diagram, you will understand it. Okay. Let me show you the first case. This is the case. No, first let me show you this equation. This is the general equation, which is Q equal to CNC. Actually, this I was supposed to teach you after the Terzaghi theory. This is here we are not assuming this to be the general theory. This is Terzaghi theory. When I teach you this Indian standard general equations, in that I will show you the effect water table in the general equations. Okay, general bearing capacity equation. But here we are using the effect of water table on a Terzaghi equation. Okay, so first let us see the equation. In this case, as you know, the Terzaghi equation is CNC plus QNQ, which is gamma dF into NQ, and it is factor, this reduction factor is RW1 is applied here. Similarly, 0.5 gamma B and gamma RW2. Okay, so please you should understand that this gamma here is the for the soil which is above the base of the foundation. Okay, and this gamma is for the soil below the base of the foundation. Okay, that thing should be very clear about it. Okay, anyway, and this RW is the reduction factor because the water table. Okay, so what will be the value of RW1? What will be the value of RW2 in these cases? Okay, and here another thing we are assuming is that gamma is equal to gamma is for all practical purposes in both the second and okay, for all these cases. Okay, so okay, so here one case, if you see water table is from here to here. Okay, so it is water table is here, so dW1 is showing from here. Okay, it is starting from here to here, it is going at a depth, and the water table is at a depth of dW1, so it is varying from here to here. So it is dW1 is varying from 0 to dF. Okay, and this is the factor how it is varying, dW1 by dF, and this is RW1, how this factor is going like this. Okay, so when it is 1, this value is also 1. I will show you the formula for that. Similarly, when the water table is below the base of the footing, we are considering it up to a depth of B. So here this dW2 value is varying from 0 to B. 0 to B. Okay. Here also the value from dW2 B by is 1, then RW2 is 1. Okay. So that is same only when it is become 1. So we will see this formula. So if you see RW1 is 0.5, 1 plus dW1 by dF. Okay. And so same thing what I have shown you there. So, so when it is 0, RW1 is 0.5. When it is 1, RW1 is 1. Okay. This is how the formula will be used. The second is RW2 is half into 1 plus dW2 by B. So dW2 by B equal to 0. Then we have RW2 equal to 0.5. And dW2 by B equal to 1, we have RW2 equal to 1. Okay. So this is how this formula will be used. So this is very general formula. Okay. Please understand one thing more is that if in the cases of this, let me go. Let me go to this case. Suppose you are using this formula and you are seeing that the water table is below this. Okay. So in this case, when it is going beyond this, what will happen? dW1 will become 1. Okay. When water table is below the bottom, the dW1 will be 1. So the RW1 will be 1 only. Okay. And RW, whatever the value will be there, you have to use for the RW1, RW2. Okay. Similarly, in these cases, when it is below it, in this case, RW, yeah, when here also, it is going beyond this. From here to here, if you consider, it is 1 only. So here, in this case, RW1 is 1. Okay. So when you are considering that it is below this, RW1 is 1. When you are considering that the water is above the water table, RW2 is 1. Okay, so there should be no confusion in that thing. Okay. So, so if you are considering one case, in other case, it will be 1 only. Okay, RW1 will be 1 for when RW2 is RW, if it is above the water table, and if it is go below the water table, RW1 will be 1, RW2 will be whatever the value from the formula. Okay. So only 2 minutes is there. Okay. You have any questions? Hello, students. Hello. Hello.
No, sir.
Acha, are you able to listen to me what I was telling?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, this whatever I taught you till now, okay. In addition to this, what I will teach is another is that Indian standard general equations, in that the water table effect will be there, because in those Nearov, Hansian and basic, there is no effect to water table. So in that standard, water table effect is there. Okay. After that, we will solve some problems, 3-4 problems considering all these things. Okay. So after that, we'll go to the settlement criteria and then the experimental criteria. Okay. Okay. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Bye bye.